Hey y'all, welcome back to Rollin' Pin Recipes. Today we are going to make an oatmeal raisin cookie with oat flour. We need half a cup of brown sugar. This is dark brown sugar. It's very molassesy. This looks to be about half a cup, maybe a little less. So we'll add a pinch more. Alright y'all, I've got half a cup or a stick of butter. We're just going to add this in. I softened it in the microwave. I'm gonna get all this butter off. Alright y'all, we're just gonna whip this up. I want to get all of this down. It's best to use a big bowl, y'all, because this just wants to fly everywhere. And this sugar is a little more coarse, so it takes a minute for it to incorporate or dissolve maybe. We're gonna keep mixing. Alright y'all, I've scraped down the sides again. We're gonna add 1 egg. These don't want to crack. Nice. And a teaspoon of vanilla. And we're gonna whip this up. Alright, now we've whipped that up, and weirdly they want us to add baking soda, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, which I wouldn't want to add, but my husband wants me to add it. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of salt. This website's being annoying. And we're also going to add half a teaspoon of nutmeg. It's quite a bit. And we're going to whip this up. Alright, I have whipped that spice and baking soda in. We're going to add 1 1/4 cup of oat flour. I have my half scoop here. Half, 1. I'm going to set 1/4 aside. We might just add it. And then we also need 1 1/4 cup of rolled oats. Half, about 1. And 1/4. And we're going to mix that up. We're going to split this dough in half and put raisins in half and dark chocolate chips in the other half. Just kind of trying to mush this wet batter into the dry. I guess it's dough, not batter. Look at that, jeez. Alright y'all, I kind of split this dough in half. Half we're gonna do raisins, half we're gonna do chocolate chips. It was a little less thick before I put a couple things away. Now we're gonna add about half a cup of dark chocolate chips and half a cup of raisins. Okay, let's mix these up. We'll see if we need to add a little bit more mix-ins. Should do this quickly after you get the dough combined because that oat flour really thickens up quick. Oh yeah, this looks like a good amount. This one doesn't say to chill or anything, just says scoop it up and bake it out. Scoop and bake. Switch. Yikes. My family prefers dark chocolate. Looks decent. Might could add a couple more. That's not very many, but we'll see what happens. Okay, looks pretty good. It looks like peanut butter. Alright, now because my scooper sucks, I'm just gonna ball these with my hands. All right, let's ball these up. It's gonna get messy. I wet my hands a tiny bit. Looks like that might help. Also not exactly sure how many this will get us. Buttery, y'all, very buttery. This might get like 20 cookies, maybe more. These are going to be for mostly adults, so they're not going to be tiny, but they're not anything unusual. Just a normal size cookie. This one's a little small. Beautiful. I was thinking it might do about 10 each, which is awesome. This one's a little large. I don't know which one to add it to. All right, one bowl down. We're gonna bake them at about 350 for about 10-ish minutes. Oh man. I don't know if these will all fit. I might have to do just 8. I think we'll do just 8. All right, y'all. I've got the oven preheating and I put the 8 dough balls in the fridge while the oven preheats. And we're going to ball up these chocolate chip cookies. There's 2 raisins on there. These will probably be delicious. If you need gluten-free, can be gluten-free, y'all. Just wet my hands with a little water. The recipe doesn't say to chill it, but I think you probably should. I'm not an expert. Just baking cookies for my fam. Try to stagger them a little bit. Now that we have a normal size oven, y'all, we're tiny living if you're new, and we have a normal size oven now. My husband found one for pretty cheap and we love it. I just don't have normal size cookie sheets anymore, and we need to find another rack. It only came with one, which is not a big deal. Probably get about 10 from this one as well, maybe 11 or 12. I can't even really taste the cinnamon and nutmeg, so that's kind of nice. We'll see what happens when they get baked. This one's kind of small. Steal a little from that one, and it's normal. Boom. All right. 21 cookies, y'all. Delicious, and we'll put the other ones in the oven. All right, y'all, we're gonna put these raisin cookies in the oven. We actually got a little bit more oatmeal raisin. One more. Awesome. Okay, we'll put them in the oven for 10 minutes. All right, y'all, I've got other projects going on in the kitchen as well, but here are those oatmeal raisin cookies with oat flour. They look incredible. These 8 are the raisin, these 9 are the chocolate chip, and these 2 are also raisin, but I squished these down a little bit. Now you can see the little bit of size difference. It's not much, more with this one. I squished some of these down and I didn't do some of them. They look delicious. Very soft. These ones didn't get to cool as much. Really delicious. Rich, incredible flavor. They're a little bit oaty. You got that crunch from the old fashioned. Very chocolatey, so very chocolatey and not too sweet. And they happen to be gluten-free if you're into that. And I hope you guys enjoyed. It was very fun to make these. They're delicious. Oatmeal raisin and oatmeal chocolate chip. Bon appetit. Thanks for watching, y'all. Consider subscribing, giving this video a like, and letting us know what you think down below. We appreciate y'all for joining us in our kitchen. Peace out, y'all.